Greetings, Star Wars toy fans. This is Jim, and I hope you all are doing well. Well, the purpose of this video is to focus on some new Stan Solo droids that I was given. New to this video content, but I've had them quite a while. And I just wanted to show you the difference and the high quality of these droids, just in case you haven't heard about Stan Solo droids, or if you were a little bit hesitant because of the price. Anyway, these make, by the way, great gifts for family, stocking stuffers, Christmas, birthdays, Father's Day, whatever day. And so the purpose that I wanted to go over is just to look at these particular R4s and that R3. And I think I've done videos on all the rest. Before I get into that, I wanted to give you a little bit of reference material, how to tell the difference between the two. This is a book that I picked up 10 plus years ago, and it's really quite good. Now, it's copywritten, I believe, 2014, so it's before, or just, yeah, 2014, so it's right as, I think, Lucas sold it to Disney, so before Rogue Squadron, and obviously before all of the television series. Unfortunately, in some of the movies, things get a little bit confusing with the Astromech droids and the numbering series, and that's where I wanted to clarify here in this book. Okay, here we are. So, starts off by talking about the Astromech droid, and then it gives you some variations. So when we take a look at, we've got R1, and Hasbro made one of those right here. Stan Solo and Kenner didn't come out with this, but this big clunky piece of plastic, the arms extend out, and I think the head, the base kind of turns, but that's about the extent of that. I mean, it's a great big plastic blob. Then we get into the R2s, and of course we know R2-D2 all too well. So it's got the dome on top that can spin, and all the accessories and the open doors and the legs and so forth. And if you collect Kenner, then you know this as the first part of the first 12 that they came out with. And we have a little clicking mechanism here, and the legs go like so forth. Now, I know this is my childhood one because I painted all my figures red. And I think, and being that this is one of my first droids, I think this is in pretty good condition for being played with. Now then, after Empire, they came out with the sensor scope droid, and this one had a pop-up sensor scope here, and of course the head clicked, and this became the de facto standard. Now when we look at the bottom, you're going to see there that it's just completely hollow with a screw. I'm going to make a point of this when we get to the lightsaber one. Now this is a Power of the Force 2 droid, and this is made by Stan Solo. This is one of two, if you consider the last 17 that I don't have, just due to the price tag of these. I mean, $500 for a piece of plastic. I just can't justify it when you have family to feed and bills to pay. Now, maybe if I was single and I had an endless source of income, I would pick this up. So it has a lightsaber that pops out, and when you rotate the head, then it drops in. So you'll notice that it pops up as it comes in and out. Now, looking at the bottom here, let's notice that, yeah, we do have the screw there, but it's got this beveled area as opposed to under here. And I'm making a point of this because Stan Solo uses this in some of his others. Okay, now reading here talks about R3. R3 is a military model originally built for gunnery crews aboard the capital ships of the Republic Judicial Department. It sports a clear dome of durable plastic. Why do I bring this up? Well, when you get into the movies of Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, you're going to see R3s that have a solid dome. And maybe they'll even call them R4s. R3s are supposed to have a clear dome, period. Now, I'm a very black and white person, and so the excuses I've heard, well, it was an R2 unit and they upgraded it, they called it an R3. It's got a clear dome, dudes. That's what the bot document says. Now, okay, maybe the book's wrong, and maybe the movies are what's considered gospel. We want to keep things less confusing. Let's call them as they are. Because I've got some Hasbro R3s, and they've got a solid dome. I don't get it. But anyway, so this is one from the Hoth set that Stan Solo made. Both of these are beautifully done. Same type of plastic that Kenner produced. He spends a lot of money making these molds. I don't know if they're still available. This happens to be, I wrote them down on here, R3A2 and R3Y2. Hard to keep these things straight. But you'll notice that when he made these, it's got the lightsaber fitting, or barrel, even though these don't hold lightsabers. And they do click. Oops. Now, of course, there's other astromech droids that I don't have that Stan Solo has made. I mean, at 40 bucks a pop, it gets kind of expensive, so you pick and choose. This one is R3M3, and this was used in Star Wars, the first Star Wars, and the head clicks, and of course it's got a clear dome, and he uses the lightsaber barrel. That's just what I'm going to call it for lack of a better term. Now we get into the R4s. And so the R4s and the R5s have definite different shaped heads or tops. This one has a conical one, and this one is R4E1. Beautifully done sticker. Kind of looks like R5D4 in a way with the red. But notice that this barrel is the same as the vintage R2. There is no lightsaber one. And his head clicks as well. And all of these, by the way, have hexagonal foot pegs. Now this green one's rather interesting, and the paint's really well done on that conical dome. And this is R4M9. And again, it twists and clicks. Now you can get third legs for these as well. Now this is my childhood R5. You can tell just a faded sticker. Probably isn't worth $10, but it's a lot of memories with this thing. And there's the red paint. And of course it clicks really well. And I took good care of my toys, but obviously it had lots of wear and tear. Now this was used on Hoth, and this is R5M2. Now Hasbro made one that had a raised antenna, which is cool. It just kind of has a very subtle click to it. And he uses on this one the lightsaber barrel. All right, now moving on. You can see that there's R6 and R7. R6 has the trapezoidal head with an R2 square-like eye there. This one has a triangular shaped eye. Then we get into R8 and R9. And so R8 has like a halo on top, for lack of a better term. And then R9 looks very similar to R2 with an extra groove right there. So here we have all of these subtle differences of the astromech droids. That doesn't mean that the movies or the series will be consistent, because obviously they're not. I would wish that they were, but they're not. So this is my vintage, or you can call it retro, whatever you want to call it, astromech collection. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it a little bit educational. And this is, by the way, a very informative book. I mean, it's great. Just do a little plug here, since I'm almost up to the 10-minute mark. I mean, you get battle droids and assassin droids, and I don't think they have IG. Yeah, there's the IG. So IG-11 probably isn't in here. They talk about 88, 97, 72. So before the Mandalorian, all sorts of droids. Please give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. I hope you have a great day and I hope you're looking forward to the next video. Take care.